Okay, here we go. I'm on.
Okay.
All right, let me see, make sure I'm on.
Okay, I see you, nigga.
All right, testing, testing. You hear me?
Okay, I see you, nigga.
All right, testing, testing. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good. Okay, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Testing, testing. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good. Okay, appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. All praise to the Creator. Um, had trouble getting on, just like Friday. Had trouble getting on. I'm sitting in my truck. Um, I'm sitting inside of my tractor trailer, waiting for the load to be finished so I can leave out. Um, this lesson right here, I'm not this right here is not going to be long. I just want to kind of make a couple of points here. Um, I was told that I don't apologize when I'm wrong, or I have a problem apologizing when I'm wrong. Now, I don't have to justify anything to anyone of my character, my actions, my movements, or whatever. Anybody who knows me personally knows that if I'm wrong, I stand on me being wrong. Okay? I don't I don't glorify pride or arrogance or selfishness. I don't glorify none of that. See, what I don't glorify is any of that, but what I do glorify is repentance, humbleness, meekness, and etc. That's what I do glorify. Now, um, I'm not going to be long. On tonight, on Friday night, I was told that my words when I got kicked off, or when my phone showed that I was kicked offline, because the hotel room that I was in on Friday lost internet service. Okay, and I was kicked offline. Now, before I was kicked off, I went to sleep. I was asleep. I wasn't. It wasn't the lesson was not bored. I was tired. Okay. Now, I'm not justifying anything because I don't need to justify nothing. But I'm just going before I get into the lesson, I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm going to show you something. For the past week, I rode 4,000 miles within 1 week. My body was tired. My mind was anguished, and I was getting ready to shut down. Now, just to give you example into what I do, I want to show you. Got my flashlight right here. See this right here? This is a tarp. Look how big this thing is. This is what I have to lift every day, daily. That right there. That and this. So I want people to see what I do. Flatbed. Anybody know anything about trucking? This is what I do. Flatbed. And we also do dry vans. But this is what I was doing for the whole week. This is what I was doing for the whole week. And I was tired. I was tired. Now, so on Friday, when I got in, I was tired. I went to sleep. And when I kind of woke up, I kind of was talking about some things that the sister was talking about. Sister Latoya. Okay? And the internet service kicked me off. Like I said, it kicked me off. And I was thinking because the way it was showing me that my internet service was off because the room TV and all that went off. But I didn't know that my internet service or the live was still running because it was showing me that I was offline. Now, that's a learning curve for me because I thought when you're offline, the live actually goes off as well. Obviously, this time the live didn't go off. Okay? So I made comments. Anybody who knows me, I'm not bashful with things that I say from my mouth. I'm not bashful. I'm not bashful. And if I'm not bashful at things that I say from my mouth, therefore that night when it kicked me off, I was kind of mad. So I said some things out of my mouth. And it was told to me that I was making statements towards individuals. And that's further from the truth. None of my comments was for anybody. Now, I did say that if I was sleeping, they could have blocked me. They could have mute me. You know? And that's why I'll be telling people, you know, there's certain things that you could do. Those who are in the chat or if you're on the platform, you can mute people out. It don't always have to come from me. It could come from you. Those who is in my chat, or do you know who I'm talking to? So if I was asleep and I was snoring, you could have muted me. And I made that comment. You could have muted me. It wasn't that when I made comments, I'm making comments as into a derogatory to demean you, because that's not true. But it's like this. Those who know me, I'm always sitting here blessing people. But I'm always at the end getting the shit of the stick, the shit end of the stick. I can't make no mistakes without me being judged by people. It's like I have to be perfect. You know? I got to be without flaws. I don't have nothing that I got to work on. No. Or if I'm working on it, I have to show remorse and I got to do all this and all that. You see? I have to be the one that everybody, you know, can pounce on and say stuff about and do everything Everybody, I got to be the one that be pounced on and be the punching bag for everybody. But for some reason, even in the midst of my shortcomings and my struggles and my incompletions, I still got to be the one that bless a lot of people. And when I bless people, nobody have nothing to say. But when I come up short, that's when everybody have everything to say. You see? I'm not here to justify anything that I said that was wrong on Friday night. I'm not here to justify any of that. What I said, it was said. What I did, it was done. You know? But it wasn't directed at nobody. It was a frustration out openly. Okay? It was a frustration out openly. Because if I pay for the room, I expect internet service, not internet service to go out. So my thing is this. If I offend anybody that was on Friday night by me sleeping and for me getting frustrated and using words. Now I could have used better words. I could have moved differently, but I didn't. I said what I said and I did what I did. I'm not here to say, oh, please forgive. No, I'm telling you, I apologize if I offended you. Because none of it was my intentions to offend nobody. See, it's like this. Everybody can get offended around me, say all kinds of stuff around me and towards me. But the moment I get frustrated with my situations, it offends everybody. Or the majority of the people. I'm noticing this. I'm noticing this. And it's cool. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm here to humble myself and to apologize. Because it was never my intentions to harm or hurt anyone. Let me grab a couple of scriptures real quick. Because there are scriptures that talks about unintentional sins. You know, because I wasn't aware that the live, because it was shown on my screen that it kicked me off. That's what it showed on my screen, and it was showing that on my phone that it kicked me off. I was tired before I came on that live, and I was tired doing that live. And I was so tired that my body was hurting because I drove that many miles in this truck, mess around with those tarps. And I was just happy just to be able to get a hot shower and lay in the bed and go to sleep. And that's the truth. Now, there is what you call unintentional sins. That's in Leviticus, the 4th chapter. It talks about unintentional sins. And that's why I'm here to apologize, because I'm not here to be a stumbling block towards nobody. You see? I'm gonna be the big guy, the big man. I'm not here to push the blame off on nobody. Yeah, I'm gonna take the blame for myself. That's why I can get on live and say what I'm saying. Because regardless if people accept my apology or they do or don't, that's on them. But it's my apology is to put it out and to extend it to those that were offended. So it's that the issue can be addressed properly, appropriately, and with law. Okay? I'm not new to this walk. Now, people may think I am, but I'm not. So let me grab a couple of scriptures real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead on and let y'all get back to y'all day. um, Proverbs 16 and 16 and 17. I'm not going to be long, I promise you. Proverbs 16, 16 and 17. It says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold? See, how much is it better to get wisdom than gold? And to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver. See, it's better to have wisdom than money and fame and accolades, mean people patting you on the back. See, I've been in that world where you got to stand before people to entertain people, and I done been there, done that. It's not my cup of tea. You see, and it says, and his favor. Excuse me, I went on the wrong line. And to get understanding, rather to be chosen. See, I rather have understanding in this walk and to understand why I've been chosen than to have a lot of silver. See, a lot of people in this walk to gain material stuff, accolades, and all this other stuff. See, I'm in this walk because I ain't got nowhere else to go. Now you say, well, if you had somewhere else to go, you'll go. No. See, because I done tested life, been in life. I done seen life since I was a little boy. See, I don't know about your struggles, but I could tell you about my struggles. That's why I tell you. That's why I tell people about my life. My life is an open book. I don't have to lie about anything dealing with me. But I'm glad that the Creator gave me understanding. See, I'm chasing understanding and wisdom, not money. I'm chasing understanding and wisdom, not fame and fortune and accolades and for people to accept me. Because if I haven't yet learned to accept myself, damn what anybody else says. You see how that work? Verse 17. The highway of the upright is to what? Depart from evil. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. Now, I'm saying these scriptures for a reason. And it's going to come back to the apology. See, if I'm upright and if I'm walking on the road of the upright, I need to depart from people or things that is not moving in that direction. You see? I know a lot of people in many places. I could call people right now and give me favors just like that by the snap of a finger. But I don't do that. I don't mess with them because the favors, see, I depart from evil. I move away from that stuff because it has no bearing on my walk dealing with them. You see? Simple as that. It's to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserve his soul. See, I have to learn to be at a fair balance in my walk. Am I going to be perfect? No, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. My sins in my life weighs on my shoulders, not just the things that I've done, but even things that my parents done. It weighs on my shoulders because I'm still living that life of them. You see? I haven't escaped my parents' life. I still remember when I was a boy. I have that good of a memory. I grew up, me and my brothers grew up in a famished situation. I don't know about yours, but I can tell you about mine. We grew up in a famished situation. Famish, meaning what? We didn't have food in the house. We had to wait till we go to school to eat. I never forgot that. How me and my brothers grew up in state custody. I never forgot that. I saw many friends die. I never forgot that. You see? I never forgot that. I was locked up. I never forgot that. My sins are ever before me. See, I don't have to show the remorse to be remorseful. I never forgot the things I've done, me selling dope. I never forgot that. Friends I lost behind selling dope. I ain't never forgot that. That's why I say I ain't got no damn way to go. Because I done seen that part of life. I done been up in that life. Going to college partying every weekend. Sometimes during the week. Performing music. Riding on the Winnebagos with music groups. I done been there. Seeing cocaine, smoking sherm. I done been there. I don't have time to sit here and be prideful. When I know I'm wrong. But let me keep going. I ain't got but a couple of scriptures. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms. Because I'm going to make a point. I'm going to make a point. I'm going to make a big point in a minute. Psalms 34. See, I'm always the one that's getting the short end of the stick. Me. And I bless a lot of people. Bless a lot of people. You see? But when I make a mistake, all hell break loose since the dam done came down. Peace, fam. All hell break loose when I make one little fuck up. The sky done fell. Sky fell. You see? It's the bullshit. Psalms 34 and 13. See, this is the bullshit. Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. You see? I'm not going to judge people like they judge me. I'm not going to do that. I will never do that. I will never judge people how they judge me. I've been sitting back watching and listening how people judge me, how they move with me. You see? I noticed it. And I ain't talking about people over there, IUIC. I'm talking about people that's in this one God movement. I notice how people move. I notice it. You see? If I don't get up and work hard and hustle, I'm homeless. And I don't blame that on nobody. But that's how I know the Creator's blessing me. Because I still got my strength in my body to get up and do what I'm supposed to do for me. I didn't give a shit that I got a divorce. A lot of people say, oh, you're not supposed to mention that. Oh, fuck all that. I got a divorce. I ain't the only one who got a divorce in life. And I'm not going to be the last one who got a divorce in life. See, the problem is not what happened, it's how you respond to it. And that's why I say I will never judge a person how they judge me. I don't hold the weight of armor over people's heads on how they hold it over my head. And then you know what the first thing people say? Oh, you look weak when you don't do. I don't care. Because I'm going to show you what I mean by in a minute. And I'm going to give you scripture of why I don't care. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. In fact, I'm at peace. I'm at peace. So I'm not going to allow my mouth to speak all kinds of things. Now, like I said, Friday night, yeah, you might have heard me say stuff in frustration because my body was hurting. I was trying to rest to listen to the sister teach, and I wanted to hear what she had to say, but the internet was acting up, and it frustrated me because I wanted to hear a person who teach all the time, talk all the time, like to listen to. I would like to hear what other people, what the Creator's given other people to give. I'm not the only one that the Creator used. He uses a lot of people. So I would like to hear that. I take the Sabbath serious. I don't know about you, but I do. Proverbs 15. Let's go to Proverbs 15. Proverbs 15. And I'm about done. Verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. See what it means to have a soft answer. A soft answer means how you approach something, things you say to a person, how you say it, when you say it, and why you say it. That's a soft answer. See, everything ain't meant to be spoken in an anger or a violent tone. You can say the right thing, but it could be the wrong timing. So obviously Friday night, if you heard me, that was the wrong timing. It was the wrong timing. Like I say, that's a learning curve for me. Something that ain't never happened to me since I've been doing lives. Ever. When it showed me that the internet, that I was cut off and cut out, and the thing was gone, but you can still hear my voice. Wow, that was new to me. But a soft answer turneth away wrath. What is a soft answer? Sometimes you have to tell a person, and sometimes it ain't always. You ain't got to be harsh at when you tell them. It's the timing. You don't wait to 15 years later to come back and tell, like the Me Too movement. If you see something happening, say it right then, but say it in a respectable manner. Don't be like the Me Too movement to wait to 15 years or 20 years or a whole month or 2 weeks later. That is what stir up strife. Because now the person will be asking, well, why did you wait this long to come tell me? Because maybe at that moment when it happened, that person was able to receive it because it was fresh. See, that's what it talks about when it says a grievous words. Sometimes words, you don't have to have a cuss word or be angry. It could be that you bring up something that already had them passed. When people move past something, why you bring it up? That become grievous. That's why you're supposed to handle things when it happens, unless the timing is wrong. Now you say, well, when do you know when the timing is right? Okay, well, sometimes you have to go to the person and tell them. And see how they receive it. And sometimes you can feel even in your spirit that the timing can be wrong to speak that to that person. You see? That's what discerning spirit is about. That's why a lot of times I just sit back and listen. And then when I do approach, I approach in the time when I know that you are open to receive what I'm getting ready to tell you. See, that's wisdom. That's why I wouldn't say a lot of things to people that people say to me. Jump down to verse 15. It says, all the days of the afflicted are evil. See, when people can't find justice, mercy, that's evil. See, everybody want to tell me I'm wrong, or when I offend them, but nobody don't say when they offend me. I just have to do what Diddy do. Take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. That's what I was just supposed to do, right? But then when I lash back, then everybody gets mad. Ooh, what you doing? Why you acting like this? What's wrong? You didn't realize I was afflicted? Nah, man, you shouldn't be afflicted. You're supposed to be tough. You ain't got no feelings. You tough, remember? But when you don't give people mercy, that's evil. Let me read that again. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of what? A merry mind has a what? Continual feast. See, that's why the Creator blessed me, because I'm not going to do what people do to me. See, that's why I find favor. The Creator keep blessing me with favor. And all praise to the Creator for him keep blessing me with favor. That's why I don't have pride. I'm not offended. A lot of stuff is hurtful, but I'm not offended. Because I'm gonna show you why. I'll show you why. Jump down to verse 28. The heart of the righteous, the heart of the righteous student. Excuse me, the heart of the righteous studieth to answer. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. See, the mind of the righteous studieth to answer. That's why a lot of times I'll say things, I say this and say that, because I'm studying to learn how to answer you or you or you or y'all or them or we. I'm learning how to respond. That's what it's talking about. See, the mind of the righteous learns how to respond. That's what it means. Because see, I know that certain things can offend people. So I be very careful at what I do. That's why I say Friday night was the wrong timing. That's a learning curve for me. But that's the wrong timing. See? But then they come back and say what? But the mouth of the wicked pour out evil things, meaning when the person who's wicked, when their mouth open, there's no mercy. There's no love. That's what he's talking about. I can't find mercy there. I can't find love there. You see? Because the Creator gave Israel love and mercy, compassion. That's why we have to learn to study. We have to learn how to respond to each other. Because that's a big part in how the nation will be built. But a lot of people, they look at, they think because of this and that, this is where it's supposed to be. No, it's about mercy. It's about love. Excuse me. This is what it's about. Proverbs 10 and 12. Proverbs 10 and 12. See, I have to learn to be merciful when I respond. I got an example. Proverbs 10 and 12. Hatred stirs up strife. Hatred stirreth up strife. The same way, angry words. Angry words stirs up strife. Hatred stirs up strife. But love covereth all sins. You see? Love covers all sins. See, a brother on yesterday had did some real foul jive when I got the phone call. You see? I ain't gonna get into the details, but he did some foul jive. And the point is, I had just talked to that brother that morning, but the brother still did what he wanted to do. And I haven't responded to him yet. I asked him a question, I left it alone. And he came back with his answer because I saw his answer was in anger or in a position of defense. So I left him alone. So the brother tried to call me just about over an hour and a half ago. I put him on answer service. I'm not trying to talk to him right now because I'm not in a position or a mindset to talk to him. See, I will avoid you if I'm not in a position and the mindset to talk to you because I'm not trying to have regrets. I would just rather not deal than to have regrets. You see? And this is real. I'd rather not deal than to have regrets. Because I don't want to live in the would have, should have, and could have. I just rather do without. Because regrets is a lot of people die with regrets. I'm not trying to die with those. I'm not. That's why I'm not full of pride. That's why it's easy for me to apologize if I'm wrong. Because I'm not trying to have regrets. Two more scriptures and I'm done. Proverbs 21. And I'm gonna say what I'm gonna sum it all up in a minute. Proverbs 21, 1 through 4. The king's heart is in the in the hands of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. You see? The king's heart is in the hand of the Creator. As the rivers of water, he turns, meaning the Creator controls even a king. So that means everything that happens is designed. You see how that goes? Every way of a man is right in his own eyes. It's designed. Because either you're going to follow your will or you're going to follow the Creator's will. But at the end of the day, the Creator's will is what's going to triumph. But watch this. Every man is right in his own eyes, but the Creator pondereth the heart. What do you mean by that? Everybody's going to do what they feel is great or right. but it's the intentions, the thought. It's what the Creator's going to judge you by. The Creator going to judge you by your thoughts. That's why I'm not here to offend nobody. My thoughts were not intentional. It was unintentional. Because, see, I have enough wisdom to realize that I could sit here and bullshit all day. But my thoughts is what's going to be called into an account. That's what I'm going to have to give an account for. My thoughts. Verse 3 says, to do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Creator than sacrifice. Meaning what? I have to be fair. I have to be balanced. See, I can't treat you one way and then come back and treat them a different way. The Creator said there is no what? Partiality when it comes to judgment. That is a law. So I cannot be one way dealing with you and then come back and deal with them another way. Judgment has to be fair across the board. Justice has to be fair across the board. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Creator than sacrifice. You can fast, you could kill. It don't mean nothing when you are an abomination in your balance of how you deal justice and judgment to others. It don't matter. You can keep the Sabbath. You can keep the feast days. You can keep whatever you want to keep. If you're not dealing justice, meaning being fair, and you're not telling people the law, you're not living the law, you're not thinking on how to produce and equate the law, you might as well stop. Because we deal with the fair Creator. David killed Uriah, who was a Canaanite, a Hittite. He was a Canaanite. He was from the Canaanite clan. But look at the sword stayed in David's house because of that Canaanite. It didn't matter if he was a Canaanite. You still could not do what you wanted to do to him because he was still the Creator's creation. You see how that works? I don't have time to be prideful in any point of our walk, of this walk with me. I ain't got nowhere else to go. Where I'm gonna go at? Verse 4. A high look and a proud mind, and the what? The plowing of the wicked is sin. A high look. You think you on top of everything. I ain't got time for that. Cause see, when I look back in my life, like I told y'all, and like I said at the beginning, me and my brothers had to wait to go to school to eat. It's many days. We didn't have food in the house. I don't have time to be prideful. You see? I grew up in state custody. My mama had to turn us over. I don't have time to be prideful. I don't have time to be prideful. I so dope. I was locked up. You see? Why do I have time to be high-minded? Huh? I was in the church. I was a pastor preaching lies. Why do I have time to be high-minded? Hmm? Why? Who am I trying to prove? Who am I trying to impress? Who? Who I'm trying to impress? Mm. A high look and a proud mind, a proud mind. You think you all that in a bag of chips. You think the world floats around you. No, 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 no. It don't float around me. Uh-uh. The world float the way the creator designed it. And it wasn't around me. See, I'm humble. I'm not prideful. I'm humble. You see? Those who knew me for years know me. I give you the last off my back, out of my pockets. They know it. People know me. And the plowing of the wicked, the plowing of the wicked, meaning you got this person is in everybody's business, trying to control everything. That's evil. That's evil. That's wicked. That's wicked, family. That's wicked. Psalms 103 and 12. I'm gonna start at verse 11. For as the heavens for as the heavens is high above the earth, so great is the mercy towards them that fear him. You see? All I got is mercy, and that's all I beg for is mercy. I'm trying and hoping and praying that my mercy reach where the Creator sits. I don't, I don't know about you, but that's my mercy. That's all I got to beg for. So all I got to beg for. In verse 12, as far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our righteousness from sin. See, if I could stand and beg for mercy, I could get the Creator to remove my sin like heaven is from earth. It's not even close. In verse 13, like as the Father pitieth his children, so the Creator pitieth them that fear him. Fear him. You see, I'm looking for mercy. I don't have time to be plowing, being prideful, and anything else. And my last scripture is Lamentations 3:17. Lamentations is my last scriptures. Lamentation 3, verse 17. And thou hast removed my soul far, far off from peace. I forgot prosperity. And I said, my strength and my hope is perished from the Creator. Now, I know this is talking about Israel, but if I'm an Israelite, it's talking about me as well. And I said, my strength and my hope has perished from the Creator, remembering my afflictions and my misery. See, I want me to remember my misery and my what? My afflictions. I want to remember that. I told y'all, I reminded y'all just a speck of my life. You see? See, I want to remember my affliction. That's what keeps me humble. I want to remember my misery, the wormwood of the gall. I want to remember everything that had afflicted me in life. Rather, if it was out of my power or it was something that I chose to do, I want to remember that. See, I'm not one of these guys that play the game on this live. I'm real. I want to remember my afflictions because that's what helped me beg for mercy. That's what helped me beg for mercy. I ain't forgot how my mama raised us. I ain't forgot that life. I ain't forgot that. That's what keep me humble and how I keep blessing people. Because I haven't forgotten my affliction. Verse 20. My soul has then still in remembrance and is what? Humble in me. I still remember my life as if it happened yesterday. You know, try to be a good man, and the women don't want you to be good. Try to be a good father, and your children rebel against you. My soul has then stilled in remembrance. You see, I remember. I haven't forgot. And my soul is humble in me. This I recall to my mind. Therefore, have hope. See, I have hope because I still remember. See, it's one thing when you forget. That's when you stop being humble. That's when you become prideful, self-centered, selfish, because you forgot your past. I ain't never forgot mine, and I never forget. It doesn't matter. I never forget. I'm not bitter. I'm not hateful. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. Certain things hurt me. Certain things still hurt me, but I'm still moving forward because I refuse to have regrets. I refuse. In verse 22, it is of the Creator's mercies that we are not what? Consumed. When I was locked up, I could have been killed. I got into a fight when I was locked up. Split my eye right open, right here on my right side. Split it right wide open. One guy took my head and rubbed it, went up against the bed and cut my eye up against that nail. Cut it. All blood is all over my eye. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're not consumed. Not consumed. I could have been shot selling dope. I could have been on my own. I saw friends of mine who was out there with me. They end up doing it, smoking it. They doing it now. But thank the Creator, I'm not. I have my sanity, my strength, and my will. That's mercies. I'm not consumed. I ain't never forgot. I ain't never forgot my life that I escaped from. But it don't give me the opportunity to become prideful. See, those who think I'm not humble don't know me. You don't know me. Verse 25. They are new. It is of the Creator's mercy that we are not consumed because his compassion fails not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. See, every morning before I get in this truck and drive this truck, I ask for mercy up and down this road. I ask for mercy to be able to do the work that needs to feed me. You see, like I say, I'm homeless. I lost my house, but you don't hear me complaining. I just get out here and do what I need to do to be able to get another one in the Creator's will. I'm not sad. It bothered me, but I'm okay because I know what I believe and who I believe in. I don't have time to offend. And if I did offend, it's my apologies. It's my apologies. I have enough on my plate to be focused on than to just sit there and offend people. And if I do offend you, don't be hesitate to come to me and say, hey, bro, you offend me. And I will stop what I'm doing to correct it. But don't come with your feelings. You know, make sure I did offend you. Friday night, me falling on asleep online, that's offensive to people. And that's my deeply apologies. I'm sorry that I was tired. I should have stayed offline. I'm gonna hold that L. When the line was still open and I thought it was closed out because that's what was showing on my end of my internet service in our hotel, it was showing that it was I was offline, but I'm being told that you can hear it. That's my apologies. It was not it was not directed to anybody. It was directed towards the internet service. I felt like people could have muted me. And if you couldn't mute me and I thought you could have muted me and I said that, then my apologies. I was thinking that I can mute you. I mean, you can mute me because I know there's a mute button there. I mean, hey, I don't on tablets because when I was on other people live, I could have muted unmute on their lives, you know. I can't, so I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know. But if you couldn't and I thought you could, hey, my apologies. But it won't happen again. I could guarantee you that. That will never happen again. Not under the breath that I breathe and the life that I live. It'll never happen again. Because I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm not here to afflict and bring affliction to no one. I'm here to serve the Creator and live by the laws of the Creator. That and that alone. Who choose to walk it with me, all praises. Who choose not to, all praises. And that's this. So from that point, like I say, even a brother that did what he chose to do, I already know how I'm going to deal with it. I'm just thinking on how I'm going to move with it with him. And that's just the whole heart of the matter. And like they say, the kid in the caboodle. I'm not going to be a doormat to people no more. I'm not going to move the way people think I'm going to move. I'm going to now protect myself from this point going forward. It doesn't matter how people feel no more. I got to make sure I feel for me now. I appreciate all those that is in my corner, stuck in my corner, was always with me. Those that I could count on. I appreciate you. Love you for that. I really do. That's from the bottom of my heart. And there ain't too many of you. I promise you that it ain't too many. But if I messed up the sister live Friday night, and I probably did, that's my apologies. That was not intentional. That was unintentional. And if she could, and if she hear me apologizing, that's I'm asking for her forgiveness, and that's my apology going out. It was not intentional. It was unintentional. It was not something that I purposely did or whatever. No, that was not purposely done. Any person could have made that mistake by how the internet was showing on my end. So, in my conclusion, Friday night, that was all 100% on me. That was on me. And I'm not here to offend nobody. And if anybody was offended, if you have my number, my email, my text, whatever, you can reach out to me, and we could talk about it, and we could come to a conclusion. But the Creator's mercy is what I'm chasing, is what I'm after. And if I'm offending people, that push me further and further away from His mercy. So Friday night, all that's 100% on me. That live was messed up because of me. So don't blame anybody, blame me. I fucked that live up. Okay? And I apologize, my sincerely apologies from that. So family, forgive me. I ask y'all for the forgiveness from this going forward in the Creator's will. Love y'all. Love y'all from the bottom of our heart. And plus to the sister, Sister Latoya. Love you. Shalom.